Hi guys, in this video series I am going to build a distributed URL shortening service and deploy it to the cloud instance. I'll go over step-by-step process on building this scalable production ready service from scratch and talk through the trade-offs and reasoning behind every design decision made along the way. By the end of this video series, you will know how to design, implement, test, deploy, and monitor a production ready software service along with the core concept of any distributed system. I will focus on hands-on experience rather than theoretical knowledge throughout this series. With my passion about backend software engineering and 10 plus years of experience working in big tech company in Bay Area, I'll try to share my learnings through this channel. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel if you're interested in such content. So let's get started. For this URL shortening service, the functional requirement is to convert a given long HTTP URL into a short URL format. And when someone hits this short URL on the browser, it should automatically redirect user to the long URL web page. The non-functional requirements for this service are high availability, meaning the service should be always available when a user is trying to convert a long URL to a short URL. Low latency means the conversion has to be happen very fast. Strong consistency means two long URL cannot have the same short URL. Scalability, able to handle large volume of URLs. This is the high level design that I am going to implement. First, we will have a client layer which can be some sort of UI or another service calling our service. The client layer talks to the API gateway which will have a load balancer. As we are building a multi-instance service, so the API gateway needs to know which instance of service to call. We would use a cloud provider load balancer. Next, we will build an ID generator. This can be a separate service by itself, but we will build it within our business layer of URL shortening service. The generated ID will be used as a primary key of our database. To store long URL to short URL mapping, we will use relational database. To scale our database, we will shard it by global ID generated by the previous step. To provide low latency, we'll use Redis cache to store frequently used URLs. So the service will first check the short URL in the cache, not then do a database lookup and store the short URL in the cache before returning it so that next time it can be used. We will have a TTL based cache eviction policy implemented. Next, to integrate with service instances, we will implement service discovery using Zookeeper coordination service. So when a new instance is provisioned, it will register itself to the Zookeeper, and that's how our load balancer will know which instances are available at any given point in time. For user authentication and rate limiting, we will build separate services or utilize some existing solutions. We will also have some monitoring solutions in place like Datadog or Grafana at the end to visualize the real-time traffic of our services. So this is the high-level architecture of our URL shortening service and different components that we will build in this video series. So let's get up and running.